All right. How's everybody today? I hope you're doing well. A little impromptu live stream today. If you're coming in here today, be a little fasting productivity session. And kind of the structure of this. I'm going to have some music going. I'm going to give you some thoughts just to kind of start things out. I'll bring you up to speed on my day a little bit, and then we'll use that to set the stage. Try to get some good work done. So if you're hanging out online today, maybe you find me live in here, maybe you're seeing the replay later, and you say, boy, I could really use a boost to dial in, focus, get some work done. I'll try to help you out with that. I've got a tea going today. If you follow me on the channel, you know most of the time I'm drinking coffee, half calf a lot of the time. Today, I just felt like doing an herbal tea. How are you feeling today? Feel free to show it in the chat, share in the chat. I was just kind of unsettled today, a little anxious, and sometimes the extra caffeine in the coffee, it amps me up a little bit too much. And I thought today I'm gonna have a nice herbal tea and just chill out and try to focus that way. All right, so fasting on this channel. Oh, I'm Dr. Zimmermann. If you're new here, I should say hi. Really nice to have you here. Simple fasting channel. I'm dialing in, trying to help people lose weight, use fasting to burn up their blood sugar. That's the primary focus. I'll just tell you, for my own personal self, I started fasting, I don't know, when I learned about it, I saw a patient, I'm a primary care doctor historically, left my practice to come dive in on fasting because I just think the potential of it to help in so many ways is so huge. I just want to spend my time helping people to do it. First time I saw a patient have healing from fasting, here's, honest to God, here's the first thought I had. I said, you know what? Because I'm going to have to do it. And I was so nervous. I didn't know about fasting. I never did it. Had no context, but I'm seeing this and I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Patient is having their blood sugar resolving. I love that, naturally without medications. I was like, I'm going to have to do it. I was so intimidated. Learned how to do it. I'd put on about 30 pounds during my residency, stress eating ice cream in the middle of the night. And so after I learned how to do fasting, I realized, I have to start practicing. Actually, you can adapt. You can learn to do this. I came to feel much better. I burned off all the extra weight. And so now my situation, personally, I don't fast to lose weight anymore. Sometimes I wish I could because then I could do it with people, but I've already done it. When I am personally trying to practice fasting, I do it for mental clarity and to be more productive. And be more productive in two ways. If I've got a lot of stuff to get done and I can just fast, I was like, okay, I don't have to get the food, prepare the food, eat the food, clean up the food. You save at least 20, 30 minutes. It's if I've really got a deadline, I want to get stuff done. Just get yourself some more time, open up some fasting space. Once you learn how to practice it, and it feels good, and then that's the other side of it. Okay, save the time, but the actual fasting space can be extremely productive, focused space. It's we aren't running all these digestive systems in the body. We aren't having hormonal fluctuations of insulin and all this sort of stuff. It's just settled, calm, focused space. A lot of people find that, and a lot of people find that their most productive time is in the morning before they eat. And I definitely have found that to be the case. So here's a quick story of my morning. Do you ever have it where you have a totally incredible day where it's like you're so productive, you get everything done that you want, and you just end the day and it's like, oh man, like it's just like flow state, getting everything checked off. That was my yesterday. And I just, all day, I got so much done. I was really in the zone. I was so happy about it. And today so far has been like the mirror image of that. For me, have you experienced something like that? Where it's just like the mental space is not ideal. Hard to get positive momentum, hard to get moving forward, and then negative thoughts are coming. I'll tell you, I was really having a lot of negative thoughts this morning, and I hate that. And I said, you know what? I don't accept that. I have so many things. What's it like for you? My list of things that I want to get done is pretty huge. And so I was sitting around for like 45 minutes this morning, and I'm like a little overwhelmed. That's why I went herbal tea. A little overwhelmed, and so I said, I need to reset here. So I decided to just take some space and I'll do some meditation, which is something that I've really been trying to dial in on. I'll just tell you, I never understood meditation. It's been the last year that I've really felt like I've started to really be able to do it. Have you had experiences like this? Is this something you ever practice? I'd be happy to hear what it is like for you. For me, before I really got into it, I didn't understand, like, what am I even supposed to do? Like, I just sit here and I just clear the mind. But as I've developed, some patience with it, right? To be comfortable sitting in an open space, comfortable with yourself. This is part of it, finding self-acceptance. This is why I see so much connection between actually meditation and fasting. Trying to find a calm, centered place of acceptance where we find peace and contentment. That's a beautiful space to find. Hey, Greg, Wick Sound is here. Hello, good day. If you're just catching up, I'm just opening up a little space, some productivity space is what I'm going for. So I was sitting in this space today and trying to collect my thoughts, trying to clear my thinking. And so here are some of the thoughts that came to me. I'm having this really low day. I feel like I can't move forward. I paused. I'm trying to reset. The first thought that came to me was openness, like just being open to it. And I was thinking, okay, what is the reality here? I have open space in this day. Still, I'm getting out of my space. Being a physician, running my medical practice in the clinic, every minute of my life, get scheduled appointments every, 15 to 20 minutes and meetings and everything stacked. And so like here, I'm having a different experience. Trying to dial in and figure out what actually is the best way to communicate all of these thoughts. And so openness, that was the first thing that came. And that gave me the idea, I should just go live. I should just put some of these thoughts on productivity live out there for the world. Greg says, I got my decaf coffee, open ears, open mind, open heart. How beautiful. Thank you so much. Very happy to have you here. I was sitting there doing this meditation. I have this thought, openness, and I thought, well, what does it mean to have some openness here? I'll go live. And then here already, now Greg, you're here. So that's what I thought. I was like, are other people out there are struggling to move forward in the day, find focus? That was me. And then I was thinking okay, and I don't accept it. I'm not going to sit here and waste hours of my day accomplishing nothing when I have I know there are beautiful thoughts that I want to express. And so the first thought, openness, and I started thinking about going live, and then I was thinking all right, my purpose that I am having, the work that I'm trying to accomplish, help people see the simplicity and beauty of a fasting practice. And I started thinking about my own life and the times when I am most productive, like I was saying at the beginning of this stream, when I really have to get some stuff done, okay, I'll be fasting because I'm not wasting time. I'm not wasting time. I'm not spending my time. I'm not choosing to spend my time eating. I'm focused. I'm going to accomplish everything I can, really completely commit to doing it. And I was like, well, I'm fasting today. This is a fasting space. I really want to dial in and accomplish something today. And so you see how I'm seeing it coming together. I was like, this is a whole avenue that I have not explored on the channel that kind of came to me in this meditation space. Can we use fasting to kill two birds with one stone? As we fast, we're burning through blood sugar, we're burning through body fat, we're running off the storage, we're opening up space to allow the body to heal and reset, charge up our metabolism. Okay, so this is what I've been focusing on the channel. But while we're doing that, okay, part of the live experience is okay, we do that together. And then I was thinking, okay, having some sort of distraction, staying busy, right? These are the things that really help you through it. And so then I think, well, personally, fasting helped me so much to be productive. I was like, so let's do a fasting productivity space. Here I'm just rambling on it. And so here was kind of the thought that came. Do you have things that you're trying to get done? Do you have goals that you want to accomplish? It could be working. Maybe you're working from home. Maybe you're at work and you're online. Maybe it's just some simple things are there friends that you haven't connected with in a long time? That you've been meaning to do it? That's one thought that came to me. Can you just open up some space and say, you know what, I'm going to start sending some emails to some old friends and just, touch base. Whatever the thing is, when I say, are there things that you need to do you have a to-do list? Do you have something? Can we kill two birds with one stone? Can you dial in on a fasting space and get this done? So I'm going to try to this is what I'm going to do today. I got the music going, and I have a list of things that I want to accomplish. So it's maybe we can help each other out. I'm coming in here, for my own self. I'm going to try to The live is kind of inspiring me get stuff done. Can you find this space to be helpful in getting something done? So I'm going to be here. I will keep a casual eye on the chat if folks coming through, and if you're coming through on the replay later, throw stuff in the comments. I'll be happy to chat with you about it. Here's some things personally that I want to be able to do. The first one, if we're going to do like live work sessions, I am a believer in like blocking time. Like there's something, I think it's like, we'll have to look it up. It's like Pareto's law or something like this. Like work expands to fill the time allotted to it. So I like the idea of finding a task that you need to get done and then give yourself a specified amount of time to do it, and then really try to get it done in that window, and then you can really like get your productivity, going. I would like to have a timer on this thing. Like I saw a live chat once, or a live stream. Someone had like a timer up here so that it can help kind of mark the space and help keep us on track. But I don't know how to do that. So I'm going to learn that. And in the old chat format, before I switched over to this system, it was easy to share my screen, but I don't have any ability yet to do that. So I'm learning. I am wanting to do this stuff, and I thought I could sit around, here all morning and try to figure it out and then go live. And I thought, like, can we just do it together? Can we work on these things together? And then I had the beautiful thought about what if this channel could become more collaborative? I've had for a long time thinking like, oh, I have these thoughts about fasting and I just need to get them out. But we all have our thoughts about it. And, I was interacting with a viewer of the channel here over the last couple weeks who was sharing their experience, and I really collaboratively made this video with them last week, the one where I'm sitting out in the field for this time lapse, talking about making it through the weight loss week. I never would have made that video without these live experiences and people sharing, boy, what do I really need? So I love that idea. Collaborative creation would be exceptional. Okay. If I get the timer going and if I figure out how to share my screen with you in this session, then I will share the footage and you'll get behind the scenes access to the time lapse that I filmed over the Thanksgiving sunset over Lake Michigan. I think very beautiful. And then I would love to hear, can we craft it together into something helpful? Okay, step one, I'm curating some music too for all of this. So you'll see me puttering around here. I'm going to mute my mic. We'll have this music going. There's like 10 minutes on this little set of tracks that I've curated. Can I get the next one going to power our space before this one runs out? Otherwise, I'll have to replay it. All right. Have you dialed in on what you're going to be working on? Let me know. Otherwise, just chill out. Enjoy the tunes. Okay, doing versus being. I could ramble on probably for an hour. Doing versus being. I'll tell you, for the longest time, I've just been a doer, right? Do. Always do. This is the side of it. Just to be open to being is something also incredibly beneficial. I feel like that's what I was doing in the meditation space today. I was like, I'm running into this wall in the things I wanted to do. I'm gonna stop trying, just be for a little bit. God, take a deep breath. And that's what opened the thought for the this will be productive together. All right, I'm going to get some stuff done, and I will catch you in a little bit. I'm loading up my second audio, and then it was secretly playing without telling me. All right, here we got some new tracks. Let's see how these are. I'm so sorry to hear about your dad. That's terrible. It's completely understandable to lose track, when something like that happens. It's just... I completely agree. A huge, huge step. Yeah, fasting, healthy eating. I mean, it's a mental health. Those mental health things as much as anything. It's hard. It's hard to have good mental health, if our body is in terrible shape, And so even when we're in a very discouraging place, we're dealing with, just the worst experiences of life. Sometimes we can help work ourselves out of it, like even if it is very hard to deal with the emotional side of it. That can just take a long time. Diving in on the physical side, just focusing on taking care of the body, making the basic steps to move our bodies in healthy ways, nourishing the body with healthy foods, giving the body space to reset. Those physical practices, it's not going to solve the emotional situation, but it can support it. It can help support us through it. All right. Well, I think I have accomplished a couple things. On my screen, I have a countdown timer, like I wanted. But as I'm watching the replay, now we can start to time the lag on this live setup. My counter is, as I'm talking, was at like 27 minutes, but the one on the screen popped up still at 30. So I don't know if I could. The live stream can't really get longer. I mean, I don't know. Like the delay, could it really get longer if the same amount of time is passing? I don't know. Anyway, I hope you're having a productive day. I hope this is helpful so far. We get the timer. I'm checking off things off the list. We got music, we got a timer, and I'm going to turn next to figuring out in this program how to share my screen with you. And if I accomplish that, then we'll get to the footage that I wanted to share with you. Hey, I'm glad you can play along. That's cool. I've I've been in a similar space. I've been trying to use just kind of the ambient vibes to try to dial in focus. I have been trying to play some of this stuff myself too. I've got an electric guitar and just throw on a lot of delay, a lot of reverb, and try to just create some space. And hey, type in if you could. On my screen, I have the countdown timer going, and right now it's at 16 minutes. But I don't think it's coming through live. I can't quite tell. Do you see a timer up here? Is there a timer floating, or is there not? One window it's there, and one window it's not. Very cool. Yeah, live ambient guitar. That sounds like a really nice thing to do. Okay, as I'm reading through how to set up my screen sharing in this, I think as I switch over, I have to create these different scenes in this setup. And I think it's going to cut the music off when I try to do it, so that might... Let's see if that is what happens. And I might disappear. So maybe I will be coming in and out. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I definitely disappear. Now all my music starts at once. There's definitely kinks to work out. This might be a little much to do live as I'm seeing it. But what the heck? Let's give it a whirl. Let's see if I disappear, can I come back in just a minute or two? Oh, and it reset the timer. Everything resets. We'll figure it out. Some extra space coming up on the stream. Oh, interesting. Good. So, yeah, I'm still here. All right. So I've got myself in this window with you. And now I will add the sharing of my screen. All right, we're building it. Now I'm over in the second scene where I can add the video. And the music is back. Alright, so you see the video pop on for a sec there. Right here I can control it. Play, pause, back. Yeah, so this is where we went for Thanksgiving. It was on the shore of Lake Michigan, and so I filmed the sunset looking out over this peninsula. It's very cool. I thought I didn't want to take too much time to do it because I was like, I'm not, working. It's a holiday. But I got the camera out there. I set it off to run for a couple hours, and then I went and hung out with my family. Okay, so this is working. We need to layer this somehow, so shrink me down. All right, we're doing it. You should be seeing me in the corner and then this time lapse. All right, so this is the footage that I captured, and I think, did I say before, like the thought that I have is turning it into something, and it doesn't have to be this. I'm very open if people coming through have any thoughts. Currently, my working project is the sun is setting on snacking as we watch the sunset, and then I have like two layers to it as my thinking. One was like really a high level layer, like societally, I feel like we have been in this season, I don't know, for decades. Like our culture is like a snacking culture. It's continuous consumption culture. It's about, never being hungry, always making sure that we are eating something so that we don't experience this unpleasant sensation. That's been like the history. And yeah, I'm seeing here this, I have like the live control room in YouTube there, and it just bears no relation. That's not usable. All this time I was sitting there looking for the timer, and now it's there, but like 15 minutes ago. So I think the lag on that has got to be so much longer than what's actually happening. We are living and learning. How is this culture doing? How is this working? The continuous consumption paradigm. Is it taking our society in a healthier or better place? Of course it's not. Like, a lot of people would like us to think that it is. There's so much money trying to sell us all this stuff. And so I just think in the big picture, sun is setting on snacking is like trying to set this perspective of like paradigm changing. Like if the last 30 years was like the rise of snacking, like could we move in a new direction in our culture? Could the next 30 years be like the season of fasting? And wouldn't that serve our culture so much better to say, actually, we're going to move past this continuous consumption and just go on a different path, that is a path of health and healing and vitality and wellness and all of that. So that would be like a big meta sort of thought that I thought of exploring with this type of thing. And then the second level would be just, more personal, and just to say, in our own lives, snacking is like one of the main things that keeps us from fasting, right? So easy. Just grab a little something, and it's always right there, and the tastiest things. And tell me if this is your experience. When, isn't this the classic Pringles commercials? Like, bet you can't eat just one, right? But that's the thing. Like, when you start eating, you taste something, the body is like, where's the rest? And a lot of that is hormonal, because like when you start eating something, that is communicating information in to the system, and is telling the body it's time to eat. And there are hormonal responses to that, and the body turns on these food systems. The digestive system doesn't start instantly. It takes 20-30 minutes to really ramp it up. So you start eating, instantly the taste signals, they're sending information down to the pancreas saying, produce insulin, produce digestive enzymes, everything getting ready, amylase, lipase, all this stuff. They're going to bust up all the food into atomic particles. That doesn't just, happen. And so you eat one, and it's just gearing the whole system up. And then you do that late. Everybody knows, okay, eating late is like the most unhealthy time to eat. And so here that we're seeing in the footage, the sun is setting. This should be the signal. You got to stop eating. Stop snacking. If you snack any time of the day, snack at a time that is not late, If the sun is setting on snacking, right? Meaning, okay, the sun is actually setting, it's nighttime, we don't want to be eating. So the snacking, we're putting the snacks away. Then it loops. So those are the two thoughts that I want to convey somehow. And I don't know, maybe it's too much to do in one video. It might be too much. Like, maybe the societal thing. See, I'm hearing this beautiful ambient music, right now. And I'm seeing the images. Maybe, it feels like maybe the thing to do is just to focus on this personal practice. Help us personally get over the snacking, make that decision ourselves, embrace a fasting space in the evening. Maybe the other big picture thoughts we'll just put in a regular boring little studio video to just talk about it in some fashion, and we'll save the beautiful peaceful footage for the personal therapeutic practice. Yes, the signal to eat more is strong, especially with highly processed foods. It is intentional by the food manufacturers. It's just awful. But I really do think it's intentional. And I think if you're a food scientist that is doing this, like, you've really got to question the purpose of your education. That's what I say. Like, you should stop. You should go put your work into something better. Like, the money is not worth it. That's what I would say. Like, just look at our society. Look what it's doing to people. Look what it's doing to kids. Like, can you look in the mirror and work for a company that's putting out crap like this? Like, I couldn't do it, I don't think. I mean, leave it on the shelf. It's just, that's what has to happen. It's absolutely what has to happen. All right, so this has been a beautiful session. At the start of this, you know what I said? I was doing some meditation. I was trying to find a way to move my day forward. I was on such a low vibe. It's like, how am I going to get anything done? And this has been an experience for me, to don't be defeated, don't be overwhelmed, just embrace some openness, take steps forward. This is what I would tell everybody, to do. What are the steps that you can take? How can you just take one step at a time, move toward a goal? It doesn't matter how much we accomplish. Just are we moving in a direction? And here, this has been a beautiful space. I have really enjoyed it, Greg. So nice to have you here. When I eat one treat, which is not often, don't return for more, I feel. Yes, yeah, you really are dialing in at that point. Absolutely. So I think I shall wrap this up. I personally, this was a very productive space. It was a fasting space for me. I dove in and I accomplished the thing. I got a timer going, which I didn't bring the timer over to this part. Still many things to learn, but we figured out how to get a timer going. I got more music for the shows, and I figured out how to get myself on here, and we did some reflecting. That's what I wanted to do. I was like, could I figure out how to get a screen sharing and share some footage? And I've also gained some clarity on working on this video. I'm going to try to turn this footage. I think I'll make a separate video on the big picture for our society of moving beyond fasting. Moving beyond snacking to fasting. And then I'll try to turn this footage into just a thoughtful, therapeutic sort of evening fasting space. So if you're watching on the replay, share any thoughts and have a great day. We'll see you soon.